Hello and welcome. Today is October 28th, 2025, and I'm here to do our weekly check in. So let's begin. If you're wearing headphones, please lower the volume. I welcome in my spirit guides and holy angels. Nice and great is good. I welcome messages of love and light to bring healing and love to all. Please bless this reading. Thank you. All right, guys. So I'm just like a little bit I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm getting sick, but definitely feeling under the weather. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this week's reading. All right, guys. So, for this week, I would like to use my tarot visions, and also I would like to end the reading with a postcard message from Spirit. So, let's go ahead and see. Dear Spirit and Holy Angels, can you please reveal to me clear messages in regards to the counterpart that the viewer is inquiring? Thank you, Spirit. What is the current energy and vibe? What is the situation with this person that the viewer is thinking of in the now moment? And how does this person currently think of you? How are they currently feeling? What do they want? And what is the outcome? Okay, so we have your Nine of Pentacles. So I definitely see that, they're just doing good. I mean, they could be doing well. And if it's not like in a very positive sense, what I'm seeing is that, um, you know, they're they're to themselves. Okay. Um, I see that they have moved on from the past. They've accepted whatever has happened in the past, and they've come to realize that know perhaps like the karmic, I'm getting a few downloads here. Okay, what they can see, and the reason why they're isolating themselves is because they feel like they're not lovable. Okay, now I know that that is like BS, because if you're watching this, you probably love this person, okay? But there's a personal issue with this person. So, like, you can tell someone that you love them, but they may not be receiving it fully because they were programmed to believe that they are not. Okay, that's one download that I'm getting here. The other one is that they're really blocked because of the 3D material world. Okay, so in the 3D, we have the ability to taste, touch, and see everything that is real. The only thing that your person isn't connected to is their higher self, which is the spiritual aspect of their being. So when you're disconnected from the higher self, okay, chances are your person is living in the 3D, believing what they see is truth, okay, not following their higher self or their internal guidance. And I have a reason to believe that everyone's situationship here is different, and that is why they're coming off as being manipulative. Okay, so they could be manipulating the story. They could be, telling you a lie. Okay, that's for some. Because if they're over here being wealthy, or they're free, or they're being successful, the only thing is that they're missing that one pentacle. Um, I really feel like this is a lie. Your person is putting up like a mask, or I don't know. They're not being completely honest, okay? Like, I feel like public facing, they're being personified as doing well and everything is peachy. But the truth is that their internal world is blocked. They're not connected with their higher self because they're more interested in this 3D material situation. Why? Because this is what I'm hearing. For some of these karmics, they are talking down to your person, putting them in their place, okay? Like, you're a cheater, you're a liar. How could you be so cruel? That kind of a thing. Now, if the karmic um, doesn't know the situation between you and them, I have a feeling like that this isn't their first, right? Like, they possibly have had wandering eyes or looked in a different direction because the situation with the two of them aren't so great. Okay. I have a feeling that there is something deeply karmic about this connection between your person and the karmic. For some, I'm hearing that the karmic situation, even though that your person has moved on, it's not over. We're in Mercury retrograde. So I wouldn't be surprised if they seem to go back to the karmic. Okay. Um, so I see that they're trying to do something here. They're trying to plan to get out of this fear and anxiety to move forward. So there could be some sort of plans between 1 to 3 weeks of travel, and then you could be receiving some sort of communication about the holidays. So if your person reaches out to you between now and sometime next week and they're like, I'm going to be in town, or are you going to be in town? There could be travel for the holidays, okay? So, yeah, they could be saying that they're looking for work, or they're looking, they're in the area because they had a job opportunity or a lead, or something like that. So I'm also getting that they don't want to put the situation between you and them into a negative light. Okay, so this could be a repeat offender who keeps coming in and out of your life, and it's always like the same situation for some. Okay, and you know, I really feel like with this retrograde, they're actually reviewing the past. They want to know if you would forgive them. For some, they have emotionally matured, okay, or mentally for some, to where they wonder, like, would you forgive them? They're not perfect. And to be honest, if they are coming back, they may not be 100% perfect now. But I really feel like it's because your person is trying to navigate, because if they're not connected with their higher self, okay, how could they be like in the zone of having a spiritual connection with you? Okay, they're still working on it. And so I really feel like there's layers to this person's unfolding as they are accessing their higher self. Okay, but I feel like it's going to take time. So there's definitely like a sequence of events that I'm seeing that you could potentially receive some sort of contact communication that asking what are your plans for the holidays. They're going to be in town, or they're just wondering what you're doing, because for right now it just seems like scattered energy. Nothing is like really permanent, but they're inquiring. Okay, at least that's what I'm seeing here so far. Okay, so how is your person thinking? Okay, they're thinking, what are they gonna do about travel? Like, are they gonna travel to you, or are you traveling towards them? Right now, they're at the Knight of Pentacles. They're not doing anything. Like they're holding themselves back. Why? Okay, so we have here the Eight of Cups. They're learning to let go of what they thought made them happy so that they can find the thing that actually makes them happy. So I feel like there's like inspired action to wanting to move forward. However, they're not doing anything realistically, okay? Because they know that they have to walk away from a past situation to move forward. So, how are they feeling? So, they're going through a lot of feelings, okay? They're trying to avoid having making the same mistake twice, whether that is with you or with the karmic. Um, Again, I see that they're working alone. Three of Pentacles, but also I saw earlier Nine of Pentacles in the bottom of the reading of the deck. They're learning to heal their pain, okay? Like getting down to the bottom of things. Now, I know we're going into Scorpio season and then to Sag. So they're digging deep, they're trying to figure out, right? Still not able to access their higher self, but digging for answers, looking for answers, trying to figure their feelings. That's why they're alone. Um, let's see. So right now, okay, I'm not gonna lie, but this person, they're really bored of commitments. Now, whether or not that is with the karmic, they're kind of bored of the situation. So if they were to leave a karmic situation, chances are that they don't want to jump into another committed relationship. Okay. Um, your person's personality may be a little bit off. Like maybe they're coming off as an a hole or a jerk or a B. It feels very negative. Okay. The reason is because they don't know what they want. They don't know what to do. Right now, everything is all up in the air. They can't really, conclude on a direction that they really want to go into. But they do want to, see where you're at. They haven't made any permanent plans as of yet because they don't even know. But what I'm seeing here is that again, when it comes to relationships, they're not having it. Okay, so if you're wanting to have a connection with the masculine at this time, they don't know if they can give anything back to themselves. Like, I feel like this person has given so much towards the karmic, they need to take a break. Like, they can't just jump out of one situation and go into another, is what I'm hearing. And then let's say that some of these masculines, there was a period of separation or there was like a confrontation with this masculine with the karmic. They could be finishing out their karmic lesson during this time. So we're talking like end of November to December, okay, to get fully out of this retrograde energy. We're looking at mid December. So between now and mid December, there could be all kinds of stuff going on, guys. Okay, and to be honest, um this isn't butterfly energy. Okay, it's more like getting down to the bottom of things, like really trying to figure out feelings. Like where does one person stand? What does what is it that they want? They want to know what you want, but they don't even know. Like, yeah. Okay, so I really feel like, okay, in the near future, I see that they could give you like a text message or a phone call and say, hey, meet me at the station, um, or they're traveling, something like that. And the karmic, they kind of know the whereabouts of your person, and so if your person is headed in your direction, they could be feeling cold and anxious to approach you. So again, either some of these masculines are still dealing with the karmic and they can't really disclose full information about what their whole situationship is with the karmic. Um, they could try to reach out to you, but it's very short lived because this energy I'm not feeling long term. Okay, I feel like it's more like a check in. They're in the area. There's travel that I'm seeing here. It's for a definite period of time. Okay, I feel like it's short term. They could be in your area, or it could be you that is in their area, and you guys have the opportunity to meet up. However, they don't go through it because they get cold feet because the karmic is watching. Okay, so whether or not this karmic is on good terms or just maybe they're okay, whatever this thing is, I feel like the karmic is watching this masculine because the karmic doesn't trust where the masculine is. Now, this really feels as if this karmic is either still in a relationship with this masculine or they recently had a blowout. This masculine wanted to make amends with this particular karmic, so they're working things out, but this karmic doesn't totally trust this masculine. And poor feminine is out here on the sidelines wondering what the heck is going on when this particular masculine don't even know. They don't know, guys. So, I mean, like this is kind of like a repeat karmic cycle. And this time I'm talking to the feminine because what I'm seeing here is that this masculine's holding on to their money, their sense of stability. It could be their job. They want to hold on to you, but they are still with the karmic. Okay, unfortunately, that's somebody's story out there. Okay, um, there could be a little bit of manipulation, like playing it small. They just want to check in with you because, yeah, they're interested in the feminine, but are they going to be able to give the feminine 100%? According to this week, no, because I feel like some of these masculines have gone back in time, back with the karmic, and they still have a karmic lesson that they need to learn. Okay, as if they have not learned it already. We're in 2025. You know, why? And what I'm hearing from Spirit is that this is a test. This is a test to see if you have truly learned your lesson. And if not, yeah, in 2025, you're going to have to do a repeat or a rehash of the same song and dance, okay? I mean, as you know, or if you don't know, I don't like to sugarcoat stuff. I'm just, putting out what I see and the intuitive hits that I'm receiving. But that's what it looks like. Okay. So here's the feminine being thankful for this experience. Either for some of my feminines, you have this awareness that the karmic is codependent on your masculine. Now the problem is that is the masculine is still having to play the dependent partner or person or situation to the karmic. That is the lesson for this particular masculine. Here is a feminine deeply loving herself or his self. Okay, loving the divine counterpart, but the divine counterpart is still having an issue of letting go of the karmic situation. Okay, there's nothing that the feminine can say or do. Okay, the masculine has to determine what it is that they need to do. This is a task, guys. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. So what is the guidance? So spirit, what is the guidance that the collective need to know at this time? What is the best guidance that they all need to know? at this time. Thank you. Okay, it says, Dear you, check in occasionally with yourself about your motives behind actions you plan on taking, especially when you have end games in the mind. Is the source of your motivation desire or entitlement? Maybe you're drawn to a certain path because you think it will bring you a feeling related to the outcome you seek, like safety or wholeness. Know that you will see a reflection in the outer world of the motive that drives you forward. Do you need a motive? Can you simply be pulled in a direction your soul calls you towards joy, discovery, and growth, or adventure, participating in something compelling and meaningful without trying to define it? If you can step forward, surrender to whatever Spirit has in store for you, you'll be amazed at how things turn out. Check your motive, then hand them over to Spirit. Everybody here wants the best. And you know what? That's actually the truth because what is the motive for trying to stay with a particular person, right? What is the motive of feeling entitled? Like if you hold on to the situation that they will come. Okay, there is no guarantee, right? Nothing is fixed on this planet. And if you're drawn to a certain outcome because you feel like this is the thing that's going to complete you, okay, then you have to change your story. So um, whatever that you feel on the inside is a reflection of what's going on outside. So what is going on inside, guys? Okay, you really have to check what's going on inside because that's what's going on the outside. And if you can give up the need and give it up to Spirit, then Spirit will find a way. Okay. If you can surrender and trust and believe and have faith, now just because you do it this week doesn't mean it's going to happen instantaneously because there has to be causes and conditions in all aspects in this 3D reality for it to manifest. If it's not manifesting quick enough, okay, all you have to do is just simply believe that it will. Okay, if that is like your highest vibration, your truth, that is what you want, okay, it will manifest. So you have to be diligent in that regard. That's what I have, guys, for this week. I really hope that that was helpful. Let me know. Thank you all for watching. And if you guys would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at www.scorpiomoonintuition.com. You can also follow me on IG at Scorpio Moon Intuition. I hope y'all have a lovely day, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.